Hey, what's going on, folks? At the moment we are in the city of Volgograd, Russia. So basically the idea of this journey is to visit some familiar and also unfamiliar places at Northern Caucasus, visit some famous and less known regions, and basically I'm going to combine train hopping, hitchhiking and perhaps some other means of transportation. So the first task for today is to start hitchhiking to the city of Elista. Elista is the capital of Kalmykia, the only Buddhistic region of Europe. Alright folks, we are at the beginning of the highway in the direction of Elista. This is the hitchhiking spot, pretty well illuminated, so I assume it will take 20 or maybe 30 minutes to get a ride. So nothing new has been elaborated. You see, I'm in my favorite highways, probably the best thing for hitchhiking, to reflect the light and to be visible on the road. The density of the population in Kalmykia is one of the lowest in the country, so not that much people go exactly to Kalmykia. But the advantage here is that this highway is transit road from Volgograd to Stavropol, so here is a lot of transit traffic, and maybe we will catch a truck driver going south or further to Black Sea. Alright guys, 40 minutes later, I'm in Tata village. A local man from this village gave me a lift on his jeep. I'm not going to stop for a long time at this village, so I'm continuing hitchhiking at least to Elista. So hitchhiking in this area appears to be quite good. I waited for maybe 20 minutes, and during this period 3 cars totally stopped. The first one was a car of a family who couldn't pick me up because the car was full of their stuff. 5 minutes later a taxi driver stopped, and 15 minutes later eventually the guy who gave me a lift here. Pretty reasonable place. It has lights and pretty much space to pull over for a car.
Вот, мы добрались до Калмыкии. Это пограничная стела. Сайгаки, да?
Да.
Вот, въезжаем.
I have eventually reached Elista and overnighted in this abandoned construction site. I successfully hitchhiked here from Volgograd. I got here at night, deep at night, at 2 AM I believe, and decided not to walk around the city at night because it was completely foggy and I couldn't see anything basically. So now it's a little bit clearer, and I guess we will be able to see main places of interest in the city. This is sort of outskirts of Elista, private sector full of private houses. So the area seems to be deserted. It's morning of Monday, but it's day off because this is New Year holidays in Russia. I walked the grass near the sidewalk because the sidewalk itself is too slippery. Look at this massive wooden pylon, like in some westerns. Probably one of the sceniest places in Elista, but it used to be a deep river, I assume. Look at this pretty much unusual roof of this ice cream kiosk. It is designed as the roof of pagoda, and that means that we are in Buddhistic region of Mother Russia. When it comes to the improvement of public places, Elista is not the best example in Russia. You can see some obvious issues with sidewalks. Here is the main water artery of Elista, the river Elista. Look at that insane decoration of the lights at the city park. I'm almost sure that this is somehow associated with Kalmyk culture. Quite an unusual bus stop, and here's an example of Kalmyk language. Unfortunately I can't translate it, but here it is. This is the jackpot, guys. Old Soviet fresque in the center of Elista. Oh my god, that's honestly incredible. This is probably one of the most interesting places in the entire Kalmykia. Here is some sort of place of power. You can see plenty of labels hanging on the branches of the trees. The color of this label depends on the year you born. And here we can observe 28 pictures and paintings of the environment of Kalmyk culture, some historical aspects, some traditional sense. The pagoda of 7 days. The pagoda traces its origins to the stupa of ancient India. So here is the bell on top, and it's being hit. I have just been given these 2 sweets by a local man. Kalmykians appear to be super friendly and great people. The territory of Korul. And hopefully we will manage to get inside. This is how the consequences of icy rain look like. Imagine it could have been my tent. Bloody hell. Live in Elista for a while. Now I have a place of interest outside of the city limits. So this is probably the foundation of a windmill that used to be here earlier. And from this point I can see the only completely remained windmill, and that is the exact windmill I want to climb.
The post-Soviet history of the development of renewable power generation in Kalmykia began with the project to build a wind farm 10 kilometers west of the city of Elista, which was implemented in 1992 to 1994. Initially, the project provided for the installation of about 20 wind turbines with a total capacity of 22 megawatts. In fact, 2 wind turbines with a capacity of 1.2 megawatts each were built, which was sometime worked in test mode. Also, about 10 foundations were laid for the installation of new wind turbines. By 1997, for a number of reasons, including a lack of funding and improper operating conditions, the project was closed and the turbines are currently inoperative.
Невероятно. Жесть. Я весь в дерьме. Я весь в птичьем дерьме.
The way the power plant works looks like this. The wind flow spins the blades of the wind generator. The moving part rotates, transmitting the same rotation directly to the generator. This is how an electric flow is formed in the system. Then it charges the installed batteries, which are connected to the inverters. They convert the received current into a common voltage, which is necessary to power devices and equipment. To obtain more power, individual wind generators are connected to the network, forming a wind farm.
Блять. top of this goddamn windmill, and honestly I will not climb upper because the wind is too strong. Very few people, I believe, are able to do it. Yeah, I'm proud of myself, I'm proud of my life. Oh, man, that's it. Incredible, absolutely stunning. Kayf! The climb appeared to be exceptionally successful. Eventually I've done it, but this is not my final destination. Make sure you follow me on YouTube. You can also subscribe to my Instagram and wait for the new videos. Alright guys, I'm going.